So as you've probably seen, this week I'm going to have a go at doing one of those wordy flower things. So the first thing that I need to do is bring in the artwork that I've prepared. That is this here. And I will lock that layer in place. Let's zoom in. Now, let's start with the word. So let's zoom into that. And I think for this, what I might do is use the freehand open shape. And hopefully I'll be able to do it all in one. I'm going to use a triple run, so it's got sort of a dimension to it. I'll leave that as it is. I'll turn on the guide so that I've got a guide. Let's increase the size of, oh, that's the number of rings. Let's increase the size of the little crosshairs thingy, and I'm going to use that to sort of see where I'm going. And let's choose a colour. Obviously I can change this later if I feel the need, but for now we'll go with it as it is. I might zoom in just a bit more. And let's go. So left click to start and then hold that down while I'm dragging the mouse around. Whee. Okay, back it up. And as you can see, those crosshairs I'm just trying to keep on the line. If you're using a true type font, you'll probably have a more solid shape than this. So you might just want to sort of follow the imaginary center line of that. Keep going. Now I'm going to come to a natural end here, so I'm going to release the mouse button. Then I will pick it up from here. And just keep following the line all the way down. Now at some point the canvas is going to automatically move itself, so hopefully it won't make the stitching jump. Oh, it did. Let's undo that last bit. Let's zoom out a little bit. A bit more. Okay, that should be enough. Try that again. Oops. Okay, so we got to the end, it moved, so I'm going to actually select those points and delete them, and then I'll bring this one down. I'm going to add another curve in here just by right clicking on the line, and then I'm just going to nudge these around a bit. Just to make sure they're roughly where I need them. And if we've got too many, we can always just change them or add more back in. Now you probably could spend hours jigging these around. But I'm going to try and not be too precise, otherwise we will be here for hours. A spacebar will change an existing point type, by the way. So that gave me a straight point like this one. But you can change that by selecting the point and then pressing the spacebar if you need to. I wonder if that will make a big difference. Put another one in there. I'm going to keep that one as a straight point and that one as a straight point because it's basically the start and finish of a line. Okay, so let's get the leaf and base of the flower in. I'm going to do those in the same way. And I'm going to add in an imaginary center of the flower, leaf. And I'm going to trace the edge of the leaf as well. And the reason for this is because I want to use the branching method of reorganizing these lines or resequencing them, so I need them to be able to touch each other. Right, so let's zoom out to the design. I've got them all selected, so I go over to the edit objects and hit branching. Press enter twice and it will organize them into a single collection that will stitch out without any jumps. That makes sense, right? Let me just speed this up and you can see. So it's going back all the way along. Started by going down the design, then it's going back up and it's tracing over those lines. So that's good. Save that. And now let's tackle the flower. Now I wasn't sure whether to do this as a solid fill or line work, but I kind of, as I've been doing that line work down there, I've decided that I would like to do this as line work as well. Let's choose mauve. Let's go for a dark red, in fact. So I'm basically just going to trace around all of these, as I have done with the Digitize Open Shape tool, trying to make sure that I kind of follow where I've been before, if I have been, and just working my way through each petal from a logical starting point to a logical ending point. like I said, don't worry if things are not absolutely precise according to the line, because we can change those later. So probably a very easy way to start out digitizing this type of design is to use this tool and trace existing designs that you've either got in a digital collection already or that you are able to find online. Just make sure you've got permission to do what you need to do with it in terms of what you're going to make and do with the finished project. Oops, didn't want to do that. If you'd like to have a go at this project, I'll include the black and white line art in the download folder that you can get from my blog, gentlemancrafter.com. I will leave a link below the video in the description on YouTube. So hopefully, if that's where you're watching this, you should be able to find that. Okay, just a couple of things that I want to take a look at, because although I'm happy for things to not be totally perfect, I'd like to try and keep things fairly neat-ish. Okay, I think that's going to do me. So again, I'm going to select all of the red lines, go over to Edit Objects and choose Branching. Press Enter twice and then it's collected it into this single object for me. So the green line will stitch first and then the red will go on top. Now, what I could do actually is... okay. What I'm going to try and do is just add a subtle colour fill. So, I'm going to digitize close shape, fill, tatami, and let's go for the same green that we had before. I'm using the digitized close shape this time around because then I can be more in control about where the nodes and points are being positioned. I'm not sure this is going to work, but what I'm trying to do is create those areas of colour and then I'll actually change the fill. Let's try ripple. Nope. Contour. I like it, but so the contour stitch is basically following the contours of the line that I digitized. What does that look like if I zoom out a bit? Not great. Cross stitch? No. Ripple. Let's move the center of the ripple. Oh, that's better. I'm wondering though if that's going to put too many stitch points in certain areas. Yes, it probably will. Let's go to the tatami. Let's choose this last one, number 65. Let's change the angle. But let's do a couple of things. Let's turn off the underlays. And we'll increase things like spacing. Oops. That's good. Could we apply the Florentine effect? Yes, we can. That's good, but I actually want to get rid of now this line that I made. Or do I? I'm getting into that deliberation, constipation thing again. Underlay is a bit of a mess. Hand stitched. Yep. Hey, you know what? Let's just get rid of that and let's work with what we've got. So I am going to hide this. Going to run it through the stitch player just to make sure that it all works. And then once that's done, as long as it's fine, I'm going to send it over to my Brother embroidery machine and stitch it out. Looking good so far, and there's no jumps as far as I can tell. Nope, there's just one jump from colour to colour, which is fine because that will trim. What else am I going to check? I'm going to deselect a variable run length, so the stitching will be exactly the same spacing. I'm going to do that for both of them. They are both triple run. What would happen if I put sculpture run in here? Or a backstitch? Bit fuzzy. Satin? Nope. Nope. Zigzag? Nope. Oh, stem stitch. That's a mess. I think we'll stick with triple run. Right, I'm going to send that over. Make sure to save your work. Yep, and I'll see you on the other side of the stitch out. And here is the finished stitched design. I actually really love this technique, and I think I might start doing a few more of these. Maybe some for cushions, maybe some for gifts, maybe some in frames, who knows. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this, and will give the video a thumbs up before you head off. Thanks for watching.